Hello, Nate Bailey here with Southern Oregon Outdoors, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Single Handed Spey. Single Handed Spey. When was the last time that you casted a T11 flow tip with a regular 6-weight single handed rod? Hello, Nate Bailey here with Southern Oregon Outdoors, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something that has revolutionized my trout fishing and steelhead fishing, and that's the single-handed spey. When was the last time that you were able to throw a T11 flow tip on your regular single-handed fly rod? Well, nowadays you can, and that's revolutionized my fishing. I've been able to fish, hey Gunner, I've been able to fish several different large flies now. I can fish some monster streamers, and I can also fish during this winter time of the year. I can get my flies down and throw some bigger tips. So what's the big deal about the single-handed spey? Well, one of the big deals is your head is super short, okay? So if you look at this head I believe is 13 foot, and a 13-foot head, that means that I can fish this over on the Williamson River, and I could still, we do a lot of casting and stripping, so I could cast, swing it across, and then strip slowly back up, and I'm coming all the way back to the rod. Some of the other spey, single-handed spey lines, you can't do that with. You can't get that close to your rod, and you need to be able to do that when you're stripping flies through a lot of that in the Klamath Basin. Another reason for the short heads is I can cast huge flies. These flies that this head will turn over. This is a real thick, chunky head for a 6-weight rod, and this is a 270 grain head. They'll turn over a huge fly, so I can cast some great big sculpins, big old leeches, and then I can put them on a T11 and on your trout streams. Not so much the Rogue River where I'm at today, but on your trout streams, this is as deep as you'll ever need to get. You know, it's gonna sink down and get right in front of the fish's face. So those are the big reasons for the single-handed spey. Another reason is it's just plain fun. There's nothing funner than just going out there and casting 80-90 feet just with couples, and everybody looks at you funny like, what in the world did he just do? So get into the single-handed spey game. Like I said, all you need is a regular 6-weight rod. Almost everybody's got one of those. You do need, and I prefer, monofilament running line. This is OPST laser line, which is an excellent running line, but there's a ton of them out there. Get your hands on some of the running line, even Berkeley Trilene big game. A lot of guys are using that. But I really, if I'm going to swing a lot and I'm not going to strip a bunch, I use monofilament all the time. If I'm going to strip, I like some of those integrated lines because they have a little bit bigger running line. You don't cast as far, but the one thing is like some of those hook sets and some of those strip sets over on the Williamson, man, that thicker line just helps a bunch when you're strip setting on, you know, it could be a 12-13 pound fish. Monofilament can cut you, so it's a little bit nicer to have the heavier running line. But when I'm just purely swinging, you know, there's certain holes that I just purely swing. I love the monofilament. It allows me to just mend and hold the fly where I want it. The current doesn't affect it. You can hold it up off the water and the head's just on the water. So I really like monofilament line. And then get yourself one of these heads. Just get a single, the super short heads, and they are teeny tiny, but they pack a powerful punch. They're an amazing head. Get one of those. Doesn't matter which brand. All of them are good. All of them are good. And then you could adjust your tips. I throw everything from a regular just a 9-foot leader to and I'll do snake rolls and everything else with it. I'll do that clear till to throwing, you know, some of these big Skagit cast and big flies. So I'll do it all with this one line. So get into it, you guys. It's amazing. I think these heads are pretty reasonable, about 50 bucks. So once you get into one of those heads, you know, you're not into it that much. So go ahead and give it a shot. I tell you what, it's revolutionized my Williamson River fishing. It's revolutionized it. I'm swinging some stuff now that a lot of guys aren't hitting. They just can't, there's not enough backcast room. That's another thing about this head. If you look at it, I just need that much right there, and I'm out. I'm casting. I don't need hardly any. I'm not even hitting the bank behind me, and I'm back out. And I could cast that. I could cast that cast 60, 70 feet, and I could be standing right up against a rock wall. You can't do that on the Williamson. There's so much trees and stuff around with these other lines. The only thing that I do wish, and if you got line makers are watching this, you got to make that thing in an intermediate. I'm telling you, if you have an intermediate head and put one of those sink tips on it, or even an intermediate with an intermediate poly leader, absolutely deadly. Absolutely deadly. So please make one before I have to go out and figure out how to get these lines made. All right, take it easy, guys.